friends, on behalf of I Hubli, I welcome all of you all, and most importantly, I welcome Menon sir.
Hello.
Uh, Menon sir needs no introduction, and you know, I think we've spent a good 2 weekends with him now. So, two learning weekends actually, where we've learned a lot, and it will take a lot of time for me to read out his introduction. And as always, he has warned me not to spend more than a minute, so I'm going to try and stick to that. Try and do justice to that minute. So Menon sir is a Harvard alumnus, and he has over 25 years in industry and academia. He was the assistant vice president at SPI Capital Markets, and he's also associated with the prestigious SPJN Institute, amongst the top 10 MBA schools in India. As a financial consultant, he's involved in mentoring various startups. He's also an investor, and he's also an expert in turning around units. Uh, he has a tremendous ability to simplify complex financial matters, and that's why I remember during our MBA days that the class used to be full, waiting for Menon sir to come. And without further ado, as a member of TIE, probably on behalf of all the members, sir, request you to please address our members in this challenging time, sir.
Sure.
So, Menon sir, all yours.
To all of you all, real pleasure being here. Uh, so today we'll have to build a stronger balance sheet. I start with a disclaimer clause because certain times I do say something which may provoke some people. Like when I say something nowadays, I do say something against banks, and Gauravji is aware of it because I believe banks are not doing their fiduciary responsibility. So that's why this disclaimer clause has been advised by my friends that I may get into problems. So they say anyway you're going to get into problems, put that disclaimer clause. Okay. But I think it's not fair for banks not to support businessmen because not everybody is a Vijay Mallya. And for me, even Vijay Mallya was a good businessman because he tried something. He tried to build a brand. You have somebody like Zoom developers who took money and ran away. He didn't even try, right? So let's get that clear that businesses should not be looked at some like East India company coming to take over our land. Businesses are doing a lot of things today. And if a bank is supposed to give a COVID emergency loan, they should do it. If a bank is supposed to fund a distress asset, they should do it. The government has given a guideline like that. So that's a very simple thing, but I'll still put the disclaimer clause. I always start my session by thanking my gurus. Whatever little I am, this young man, dear Gaurav, an achiever, I met because of Dr. Shrikant. He would not have pushed SPJN to what it is. They were closing down SPJN in 1985. Dr. Shrikant not only did not take salary from SPJN, 1 rupee salary per year, he invested his own money in SPJN for 5 years by conducting management consulting program because Bharatiya Vidyavan had decided to wind up the management division in 1985. Dr. Shrikant is an ex Harvard alumnus, now no longer with us in body, but in spirit, he's very much there. I believe he's guiding me for all that energy. My boss, my director, Dr. Parimal Merchant, right, very, very down to earth humanist woman, right? I've never seen somebody like him. So I have to just call him and say, can you share your slides? He'll give it to you. Normally, professors don't like to share anything. SPJ and colleagues, students, all of you all, right? I call you all the super leaders, each one of you all, somebody as senior as Venkatesh ji here, or somebody very young also. I believe you're a super leader because you've decided to become an entrepreneur or an employee also who is an intrapreneur. For this session, I want to thank my son because he keeps pushing me. He keeps pushing me into doing all this. Incidentally, all my videos are uploaded on Menon Mantras, right? Of course, this is Thai and exclusive for Thai. But anything previous to this, if you want to see my videos, please welcome to my YouTube Menon Mantras. Right, my knowledge partner is CA Abhay. I start by saying this. This is for all of us. Let's forget what this goes for everybody. Let's forget our prejudices. Death is staring us. Nobody knows who is there going to be there tomorrow. It's just a way of time. So let's. This is not my statement. Ratan Tata's statement that you pull yourself up, not down. Last Sunday was Father's Day. I want to recognize all the fathers, right? So all the colleagues here, please respect your parents. I always say that. And this photo shows it all. That the son is made from the father's soul. Okay, you are building up the economy because of you. 200 people get jobs. Their families survive. I believe I get the blessings. So I start my entire session by showing you a video, which is extremely critical. Now let me tell you some real stories. Fact number one, पिछले 2 महीनों में 10,000 करोड़ की एक नई इंडस्ट्री इंडिया में स्टार्ट होगी. कैसे?
एक सवाल से हम क्या कर सकते हैं?
The textile industry had to close down because of coronavirus. But even during these tough times, they found an opportunity.
फैक्ट्रीज कंप्लीटली बंद रखने से अच्छा है पीपी किट्स बनाकर एक प्राइवेट कंपनी ने स्टार्ट किया, फिर एक और and today India makes 4.5 lakh PPE kits every single day.
In these 2 months, India became the second largest PPE manufacturer in the world. This new industry will be worth $60 billion by 2025.
I mean, wow.
All of this happened in less than 60 days.
लगता impossible है, लेकिन सच. Fact number 2.
This is the Mahua flower from Chhattisgarh. इससे देसी दारू बनती है. इस फ्लावर का इस क्राइसिस से क्या लेना देना? The tribal women in Chhattisgarh use this flower to brew alcohol, which forms the base for hand sanitizers. When India was scrambling to get enough supplies of hand sanitizers, these women did not give up.
They asked, हम क्या कर सकते हैं? I mean, just look at their creativity. They understood the real meaning of vocal for local. और एक आदिवासी solution है वहाँ की लोगों की जान बचाना. ये लगता impossible है, लेकिन सच. Fact number 3. 1000 कंपनीज चाइना में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग छोड़कर इंडिया में मूव करने की बात कर रही है. इनमें से 300 कंपनी ने पेपर पर कमेंट भी किया. और ये कहाँ मैन्युफैक्चर करेंगे? मुंबई, दिल्ली, बैंगलोर जैसे बड़े शहरों में नहीं, छोटे शहरों, इंटीरियर्स.
Luxembourg is a country in Europe. India has reserved land twice the size of Luxembourg for industries that want to move out of China and settle in India.
ये सुनने में इम्पॉसिबल लगता है, लेकिन सच. लेकिन ये सारी न्यूज आप तक नहीं पहुंचेगी क्योंकि ये नेगेटिव नहीं है, और जो चीजें नेगेटिव नहीं होती वो यहाँ पर वायरल कहाँ होती? Because to believe that there is something positive happening around us needs patience. India has a long way to go and we cannot boycott China in one day. It is a fact.
It's a fact that we don't have electricity, infrastructure, and even skilled labor. But it's also a fact that we have a lot of untapped potential.
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग चाइना से शिफ्ट होने वाला है. ये वियतनाम, कोरिया और बांग्लादेश के लोगों को पता है. They are going to use this opportunity. और अगर इंडिया ने अपने नेगेटिव्स पर काम नहीं किया तो इंडिया एक बड़ा चांस खो देगा. In 2014 we had 2 mobile manufacturing units in India. Right now we have 268 factories, including Samsung's biggest mobile factory in the world.
It's a fact that Donald Trump wants India to be a part of Group of 7, जिसमें अभी world के top countries हैं. He wants to invite India, Australia and Russia, but not China.
The whole point of this video is to show you कि छत्तीसगढ़ के आदिवासियों से लेकर इंडस्ट्रीज, गवर्नमेंट और फॉरेन कंट्रीज भी रियलाइज कर चुकी है कि आने वाले 10 सालों में इंडिया चाइना का अल्टरनेटिव हो सकता है. You see, the only people who don't find it practical are normal people. Common people, हम जैसे लोग. Great historical progress always happens after major disasters. ये मैं नहीं कहता, खुद शी जिनपिंग कहते हैं. शायद हमें उनकी ये बात सुननी चाहिए.
History is proof that whenever a country hits rock bottom, it is the people who bring it back to life.
जर्मनी ने वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 के बाद क्या किया? जापान क्यों सक्सेसफुल है? सिंगापुर से इंडिया क्या सीख सकता है? आने वाले दिनों में हम ऐसे एक्शनेबल पॉइंट्स आपको बताने वाले हैं. इस वीडियो के बाद अगर आप में से कोई एक भी खुद से ये पूछेगा कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं, तो आई थिंक ये वीडियो सक्सेसफुल. शायद यही सवाल सोनम सर ने पूछा होगा, इसीलिए उनको लगा कि हम चाइनीज सॉफ्टवेयर डिलीट कर सकते हैं. शायद यही सवाल भुवन बम ने पूछा, इसीलिए उसको लगा कि हम गरीबों की मदद कर सकते हैं. शायद यही सवाल सोनू सूद सर ने पूछा, इसीलिए उनको लगा कि हम 18,000 माइग्रेंट्स को उनके घर तक पहुंचा सकते हैं. ये सारी चीजें एक कॉमन मैन के लिए इम्पॉसिबल ही लगती है, लेकिन सच है, फैक्ट्स है, हो चुकी है. क्योंकि इनके लिए नेसेसिटी प्रैक्टिकलिटी से ऊपर. क्योंकि जब आप खुद से पूछते हैं कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं, तभी आप समझते हैं कि आप क्या क्या कर सकते हैं.
No surprises. India can still come back. India will still come back, provided you have stronger balance sheets. So all of us should be very clear that it's all a game of mindset. So I think we need to first understand that when you say stronger balance sheet, it is not only the shareholders, it is stakeholders. So first thing that I want to tell all of you all is when you say stakeholders, extremely important. I'm not starting with customers. If you see, I'm starting with employees, because for me, employees first, then customer service. Of course, customer delight is very good. Customer is king. But please remember, customer is king. But as Professor Moradian says so very well, our guru, mine and dear Gaurav's guru, right? He teaches operations. He says, customer is a king, but we are not a slave. So let's not have a slavish mentality. Suppliers, and of course, government. Government is a big stakeholder. Society, extremely important. I call this the 3P principle: profit, people, planet. For me, when you say a stronger balance sheet, I want you all to ask this question: why do you want to do it? Why do you want to run a business? It's because you want to find your happiness, you want to find your satisfaction. If any one of you are trying to say that I'm doing business for making money, there are 10 different illegal activities that you can do and make 10 times more money. I believe very simply, a company is formed for three things. They want to address needs of the customers. They want to use the resources. They want to benefit society, and the 3P principle, which also includes profits. Profit is never going to be number one for me. It's going to always going to be an outcome, and it will come. Life is in business is about taking calculated risks. Some of you like to borrow, very good. Some of you will say you want to be zero debt, even more good. So please understand, when you say stronger balance sheet, never play the red ocean strategy. What is a red ocean strategy? Is everything is played on basis of prices. Instead, try playing the blue ocean strategy. What is blue ocean strategy? Amazing words, no? And there is a book known as Blue Ocean Strategy. Blue ocean strategy is do something which your competitor can never even think of. Do it. I'll give you two examples. One, a very big example. Because you see, there are two things here. The bigger you are, some of you will say it's not, we cannot be nimble because we are very big. And then there is a very nice thing about IBM, where a professor said that they said IBM has become an elephant. So IBM is become an elephant, elephants cannot dance. And Jessner, when he took up IBM, he did so much of miraculous turnaround in IBM and brought it back to profit. And finally, he wrote a book to spite the professor, saying that elephants can dance. And that's an amazing article you can read. Elephants can dance. He wanted to prove a point to the professor, who said, because you have become so big that you cannot do what the smaller guys can do. Hey, hello, there is one example right in front of us, Reliance. He has played the blue ocean strategy like anything. He gave voice free, and then he focused on data. So there's a second book I'm recommending today. First book was Blue Ocean Strategy. Second book is Fortune at the end of the Fortune at the bottom of the pyramid. How do you make money? I also read it, but I never realized, my God, yeah, this is an amazing thing. Play the Blue Ocean Strategy. What is it that you can do differentially? Maybe sell the same product but give better service. Maybe sell the same product, same service, but then give a personal touch. I leave it to you all. But what do we normally do is we compete on price and credit terms, and then everybody suffers. One more extremely important thing. Some of you are doing it, and I'm warning you all, don't do it. Don't take short-term loans and put it into long-term assets. Never ever take a working capital loan and divert it to buying a machine. You will get finished. Because that guy from whom you have borrowed short-term will come and stand at your doorstep after 1 year. And you have diverted your machine to your buying a machine, which will get operational after 3 years. Finish, you are suffering what is known as an asset liability mismatch. End of the matter. And now what do many people say? Sir, पैसा ही था ना, तो वो था वो डाल दिया. अरे पैसा ही था, वो उठा के आपने मशीन में डाल दिया, तो वर्किंग कैपिटल कौन देखेगा? क्रंच हो गया ना आपका. पैसा पैसा था, गलत. Asset liability mismatch or loan liability mismatch, loan asset mismatch is one of the 80% of sickness is because of that. People don't understand this basic principle. Because you can't take a short-term loan and push it into a long-term asset. You'll be finished. Simple. Now, if you understand this principle, how do you get yourself to be more attractive? How do you build a stronger balance sheet? I will talk about some ratios. Obviously, you should have good ratios. You should have market knowledge. You should have customer knowledge. You should have good internal controls. Quality management. I think this is where management comes in. And this is extremely critical. So when you say this, the first thing that we look at when I was taught this, and I still do this, is what is the character of the promoters. So we call for their CIBIL report. We look at every single thing. Why? How does it matter? You will say it's a business loan. No, there is something known as willful defaulters. People who take the system for a ride. Then we look at collateral, but please do it more than collateral. There is a character there. Now, collateral is secondary because for MSMEs, as I keep saying, there is a 2 crore CGT SME loan, unsecured. 2 crore CGT SME loan, unsecured. Now, how do you judge the guy? By his character, by his cash flows, right? Capital can be own capital or your future cash flows. And of course, you look at your capacity to repay. Nobody likes to give a loan. No banker should do it also to somebody who has no capacity to repay. If a banker is doing that, he should be shot, because a banker is supposed to act in trust of the depositors. I have very good news for all of you all. Finally, the government also has realized and bought, no questions on this, please, cooperative banks under RBI rule, because cooperative banks were the weakest link in the banking channel. And last week, after I met you all, very big move, which has been announced. And I think Gaurav knows it because dear Gauravji is there on the Telegram channel. I think this is one of the best things that can happen. In cooperative banks, a lot of depositors have lost money. And finally, the government has resisted the political pressure and pushed it under RBI. I'm not saying RBI is very, very good, but RBI is better than the regulator of cooperative banks, which is a political appointee, period. I am in Mumbai, and I want to tell you that Maharashtra Apex Cooperative Bank, the Apex Cooperative Bank is itself under liquidation. Forget the smaller guys. Very, very important. I'm going to give you some MIS format today out of appreciation for Ty. I'll give you two formats immediately today, but you please design your own formats. Efficient management information systems. Very important to have budgets. Of course, many of you all don't even have budgets. How do I know? If you don't have a business plan, you don't even know where you're going to. Key result areas, key performance indicators. And please remember something, friends. Whenever you measure something, you get action. So if you want to drive somebody towards something, measure key performance indicators. I am telling dear Sadhna here, boss, at the end of every month, I'm going to look at you, ma'am, and I'm going to come back, sir, and tell you that I'm going to look at what is the cash flow that you have generated. Moment that statement comes, you're going to measure, things will start moving. Also, incentivize. Not every time you should put the stick. Incentivize people also. It's called as a carrot and stick policy. Everybody likes a word of incentivize. Need not be only money. It can be also a good word. Yes, you can give him an extra bonus. One very important ratio is debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, debt service coverage ratio. How much are you earning to pay your interest? And look at DSCR of Reliance, very, very comfortable. He's earning 7 rupees to pay 1 rupee interest. 7 rupees is the debt service coverage ratio is 7. But still that man said, I don't want to make the same mistake that my younger brother made. Let me do it now. And during COVID times, he had promised us last year that I'll make it a zero debt company. And during COVID times, he raised money, put standard operating procedures, put internal systems and controls, keep very good reporting mechanisms, keep good financial controls. And for God's sake, you should know your numbers first. Should a relative be a good professional? Hey, Baba, I don't care whether it is a relative or an MBA or a CA. I'm a doctorate myself, but I think I may do it. If I'm not doing a good job, I should be kicked off the company. I'm very clear. A professional is somebody who keeps in mind the interests of the company. So who should you appoint? The answer comes when you ask yourself, what is good for business? Should I appoint my uncle's son? Is he good for your business? Go ahead, appoint. Is he not good for business? Give him lunch, give him a loan and ask him to start something of his own. Don't get him into your own business. Simple. MBA costing 2 lakhs per annum. Is he good for your business? No, don't take him. No, he's good for your business. Take him and then question him. Many of you, because we tell you professionalize your business, you appoint high paying people. And then you know what happens? You forget to monitor them. No key result areas, no reviews. Was after 1 year, he puts down his paper and walks away. So many cases I can tell you. A non-professional, I don't care if they're relatives or anybody, non-professional. Professional is somebody who has the interests of the organization at mind, period. Right? No qualification, no experience, nothing. This is my definition. And yes, extremely important. If you have good people, please give them growth opportunities. Because today, please understand, right? Today, sky is the limit. They can also go elsewhere. In today's time, if you can retain employees, take my word. Now what? When the demand comes back, will you get employees? The guys you left on the street to go back walking to UP, will they come back to your factory? And you call them migrant laborers. I've raised my hand. Okay, that's done. Okay, good. They will never come back, nor they will recommend you to others. Having said that, ethics extremely important. I will take a pause here. Here is one very, very important question. Markets exist in tier 1 and tier 2. How do we deal with that? Very simple, Rohan. You deal with that, either go for a CGT SME loan or you go for equity partners. If you are really good and if you get an angel investor to invest, believe me, some big person in your locality, if he invests maybe 5-10 lakhs, if you have a good idea, bank will give you a CGT SME loan. But then you have to learn to dilute. I want to sell my e-commerce business, Deepali ji, or have an exit plan. Is it the right time? Think about it now, Deepali ji, and have a plan exit for the next 5 years. Don't exit now. You will not get any good valuation. You will get distress valuation. So since you have done so well, Deepali ma'am, push it some more time. Valuations are not very good. That's why I told Rohan, I'm very happy he has not gone for the Series A funding because the kid will get hurt. So if you want to sell out, good, form the plan now, right? And then you can, the next 3-5 years, you can, no problem.
Sir, I received a question from Sandeep. He said, how should one look at personal balance sheet vis-a-vis company, given the points that you have made so far?
So personal balance sheet should be absolutely kept separate from the company. Very nice question. Whom did you say asked that question?
Mr. Sandeep Sirur.
Sandeep, very good question. Your personal balance, see, many a times because of our passion, we end up building our business and forgetting our personal balance sheet. So what I say is wonderful question. Have you given your place on rent to your organization? Charge them rent. Charge them rent and take the money out from the business. Why? Because if I would have taken Ajayji's place on rent, I would have to pay him rent. So my place, my business, I will charge rent, my salary. Now you may not like to charge market salary to your business, but please go ahead and charge, say 70% of market salary. Because building a personal balance sheet is also ensuring that when the business goes into crisis, you are not personally hit. Your family is not personally hit. And some products on personal balance sheet, I find very, very favorite product is PPF. Second is term insurance. Third product, extremely, extremely important, is index funds. An index fund is a fund which will invest in the index. Today it is Reliance, tomorrow it could be somebody else. And that's it. Do you believe in the top 50 companies of India? Yes, invest in index funds, right? Build your personal balance sheet. That's how I built up my personal balance sheet. Many of us, we have too much concentration on one asset. So please understand, don't get too concentrated on one asset for your personal balance sheet. Have a good diversification. PPF is a debt product. Index funds is an equity product. These are two things. And of course, please take term insurance. Don't take ULIP, endowment. Yes, Bache.
Sir, I had a follow-up question. When you say index funds, do you have any recommendation for which are the ethically performing index funds? And
all index funds are same, right? Index funds, right? Whether it is HDFC, Sensex Plus, Kotak, all are good. What you should, index fund means better, you also can do it. Ajay Saab also can do it. Daily kya aata hai index pe, usme invest karna. One of the cheapest fund, and there is no research that the guy does. So it has the least fees. And best era better index funds. Koi bhi lijiye aap. HDFC is normally better if you are in doubt. It's a good fund house. And of course, my alma mater, SBI, is also good. Go for online direct plans. Please invest in online direct plans. It's the best thing. Hello, sir. Super.
Hello, sir. Amit here, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir,
sir, sorry. I have missed your earlier session, sir, but I'd heard your name from Parag and all. Parag Bandare. He's a classmate of mine. So, sir, I'm an ex-banker. I was heading ICICI Bank as a regional head and consulting a good number of SMEs in Belgaum, specifically with relations to their insurance planning. As you rightly said, most of them is term plan. Again, we try to give them in employer-employee way where they can save a lot of money. And if it is through ULIP, it is under Section 1010D, it becomes totally non-taxable once they retire. Therefore, long-term policies can be planned in a very well way because under 1010D, this total income at a later date. Because individual income 1.5 lakhs hai, sir. Many people just think that their limits is covered, but they invest through their corporates, companies, private limited companies. They can get a totally lifetime income free, sir, as good as it is without any taxes, sir. But they have to pay only when the policy is converted from a company to their own name. That's just a small procedure, formality, which typically comes at 65 or 60 whenever they want to take a retirement kind of a thing. Sir, many a times in Hubli also, even in this platform also, Hubli also, I've seen a lot of friends running from bank to bank without doing their homework. In fact, many of them, when I see the statements for any loan proposal, that is an Excel sheet which shows a same rate of return or same kind of profits growing up. And they really do not bother what is there in the balance sheet. And many a times the CA or the accountant is doing this. So if you're not able to look at the orders in hand, like day before yesterday, we are looking for a case where he has got 5 A-rated clients, sir. One is from Dubai Exports, where we were able to pitch in something as EPC based credit at 2.9% in Belgaum only. Earlier he is paying close to 10%, sir. So from 10 he has come down to 2.9 plus other service charges. And similarly, we were able to leverage on the orders which we has and certain patents which he has filed, sir. Many people fail to understand they have lot of things with them which they carry, but they do not disclose it aptly to their bankers. Because ultimately, banker is one who will be looking at a lot of visible as well as invisible things which are there. Many a times which the balance sheets may not speak. One more thing which I wanted to add about that gold jewelry which they were talking. In fact, a lot of opportunities would be coming in the gold jewelry domain. Basically, today the most of the cost for a gold jeweler is about interiors. He spends around 3,500 for per square feet towards interiors and security. Therefore, there's one chain who tried it and failed it, and again some other chain is trying it, where they are trying to make use of artificial intelligence and webinars, basically to show the jewelry which will be done online, and you will be getting the gold ring directly delivered, gold or platinum ring at your home, thereby reducing that market cost. They are trying to come up with a franchisee model in a 10 by 10 space, sir. Though I see a lot of opportunities specifically in gold with relation to that designing, and 3D printing would be playing a major role here, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. And now the next question that comes up. Thank you very much, sir. Stay. Please, nobody should leave. Right, Gaurav, wonderful question. Agriculture, next big thing. I agree totally. Agri-tech, the next big thing. I and Gaurav know a gentleman by the name of Captain Aditya Vardhan, who has served the armed forces, whose daddy is a doctor, Dr. Pathak. Now, Captain Aditya Vardhan Pathak has invested in agriculture. And with the current reforms that the government of India has done, agriculture is the next big thing. Anything related to agriculture, agri-tech, great. Our Prime Minister, again, you see now, don't bring in politics here. Our Prime Minister himself has said blockchain technology is needed in agriculture. And I don't know how many of you have realized it. 1955 Essential Commodities Act is amended, gone. It is finished. There is an e-trade that has come up for farmers. Contract farming is allowed. But now we are sitting back, we are wondering. I love this question from Hitesh ji, right? What do you say about agri futures exchange in India? Right? I think it's a big boom, but more than agri futures exchange, Hitesh ji, I think what you should basically focus is agri-tech. Can you come with something in agri-tech, right? And again, please understand, anything which is asset-light and less capital intensive, people have been investing. You don't need to go very far. You can have angel investors coming in. We at IIT Bombay, we are looking at 2 such projects. I have not invested, but we are looking at 2 such projects, okay, because they are related to agriculture. Agriculture is the next big thing we all know, but we are only trying to figure out, right, is there scalability in that particular model? And one of that we have almost decided. I and Dharma, we have almost decided that we are going to put our personal funds. Yes.
So actually, the thing is that when we talk of a cleaner balance sheet, when we go to bank, the profitability is asked generally. What is the profitability? What is this thing? But when a bigger company, well-funded, VC-funded company, when it is making the loss beyond its revenues also, where we have seen like if it is revenue is 1,000 crores, the losses are also at the rate of 850 crore, 900 crores. How do they secure the loans? Like what is the mechanism or what is the correlation between that?
Whenever we look at, there are 2 big things you have to understand. This is to answer Rohanji's question and take the discussion forward. There's a big difference between efficiency and effectiveness. So please understand, efficiency is about doing things right. But effectiveness is about doing the right things. Big difference. What we expect the top management to do is not be efficient, to be effective. I have a term for all of you all entrepreneurs, all business leaders, all senior guys. Amitji, you'll have to be on muted, sir. By mistake, you have come on unmute. Thank you, sir. Please understand the term is ROTI, return on time invested. So please understand, I always say this, I have seen young boys or senior businessmen sit back and invest their time in understanding tally. And I'm like, boss, why do you need to understand tally? You look at the MIS that comes to you, no? Now you will spend 2 days understanding tally. Don't you think in that 2 days you could have read something and done a strategic tie-up? Do you think that junior accountant will do the strategic tie-up? Don't you think you could have talked to 5 different new customers and got an order? It all boils down to what is called as ROTI. ROTI stands for return on time invested. So please understand why bigger companies normally, right? I'm not saying bigger. Why normally good companies, there's nothing known as big and small. Good companies, why do they really matter? Please understand they should be very, very clear about a solution-based approach. Life is all about whether personal or professional, it should be a solution-based approach. Immediately take corrective actions. Everything should go with a well thought time targets. And extremely critical is brand building. To answer Rohanji's question, I can't give an answer which is complete unless I know the case. But my colleague possibly is talking about companies which get funded in spite of losses, because maybe there are two things here. Maybe the funding agency, whether equity or debt, sees a long-term growth story in them. Normally, debt is not very easy to get unless you influence the bank. I'm not getting there at all, because you've got somebody very, very good like Amitji who says, I go by ethics. I'm not getting there at all. I'm not talking about anything which is unethical. But I'll tell you equity funding. Why Flipkart got that equity funding? And when it actually exited Walmart, Flipkart was still making losses. The answer to that is very simple. You look at long-term sustainable growth. Have you built up a moat? MOAT. A moat is something that will protect you from competition. Please understand, whether small or big, do you have a moat which gives you competitive advantage? Yes, you will get funding. Please understand. So one is brand, second is moat. Third, when we fund, one very, very important thing that we look at is scalability. And here I'm not talking about banks or colleagues. I'm talking pure funding sources. We look at scalability. How fast can Venkateshji scale up? And today an OYO has, now I know, some of you all will immediately jump at me and say OYO is in trouble. Arey Baba, the world is in trouble, Baba. So why pin down OYO? We find so much of pleasure in talking about failures of others. Arey, OYO is in trouble. I get very upset. OYO is in trouble, but he will come back. Take my word for it, he will come back. Okay. The reason why OYO has better valuations than Indian hotels is it's a scalable model. So first point is scalability. Second point is profitability, either current or future. Future में पैसा बनेगा क्या? ठीक है, we'll take a risk, we'll take a call. Not debt funding. Debt funding ऐसा नहीं होता, equity होता है. Third, oh my God, यार, Vipul is making good money today. Is it sustainable? So three things that we look at when we fund: scalability, profitability in bracket, current, future. Third, extremely critical, right? Sustainability. And yes, when we see a good sustainability coming in, right, it becomes extremely good. And I agree. Walmart paid a huge price for Flipkart in spite of making losses, because it believed that if it wants to enter India, Flipkart is a brand. And we also, all of us know, either it is Amazon or Flipkart. Now, please understand, having said this, if you find banks going across and funding loss-making unit, obviously they have seen something which I have not seen. I don't want to comment on that. Then it could be an asset-based funding. Normally, right, banks are supposed to be slightly cagey because we don't fund on assets. We don't fund. Typically, assets is a secondary thing. Primary thing, what I've been taught, and it's been 25 plus years in the industry, but that's okay. I've made my own set of mistakes also. I don't claim that some of my loans which I have disbursed also has become NPAs, and I've been hauled up by the committee for that. But the fact of the matter that I would like to say all of you all is, right, typically it is asset-backed financing for loans. Equity is more of cash flow-based financing. I repeat, scalability, profitability, and sustainability. Having said this, again, this I think I've explained very well. I spoke my mind. Please don't divert funds here. That will kill your business, okay? Yes, some of you all are sitting on, this is a good one, my friends. Some of you all are sitting on assets which have been valued on historical costs. Please do an immediate mark to market. Please do an immediate mark to market. Because moment you do an mark to market, you see, you have given your land at very land that you have. Okay, a factory building is worth 2 crores. Factory building and land. But boss, that was there in 2007. Reevaluate now. It's called as mark to market. I'm not saying go and take a new loan. No. I'm saying reevaluate now so that you stand a better chance whenever you want asset-backed financing. Right? Extremely important. Right? Please look at your numbers on a monthly basis if possible. Why is Indigo successful? Well, Jet and Kingfisher paid because they form cash flows every day. Cash flow is formed every day in that organization. They know which route is losing. Then they know that what price at which they should offer tickets in that particular route to attract what is called as break even. Now you look at it post-mortem after 6 months. Boss, 6 months ka gaya na aapka. Why Indigo is successful is very dynamic management. They have their difference of opinions. The promoters are fighting, but the middle management and the senior management are still doing their job. Jet is gone, Kingfisher is gone, but this company is still surviving. It's because, right, they always do everything in basis of a number. A number always tells a story. I'm very clear when I say this. Numbers always tell a story. If you put a number and you say that you are going to measure that, people will perform. People will perform. People will have to perform. There's no two doubts about that. People will have to perform because they know for sure, right, that you're being watched. This is your operating cycle. How many of you have looked at data management? If you've done it, very good. If you've not done it, should you not do this? Should you not have a simple format with your? I'm giving it to you free of cost. बस क्या किया है मैंने सिंपल चीज रखा है MIS क्या है देखो क्या है what is this I've given you revenue for the month actuals budgeted variance गौरव ने बोला कि ये this month we are ending this month now वो 20 करोड़ कमाएगा actual कितना कमाया 11 करोड़ ठीक है क्यों कोविड ठीक है डालना 9 करोड़ कोविड के कारण गया I understand zero कमाया ठीक है zero क्यों कोविड के कारण so that now I'll sit with Gaurav and say भाई ठीक है ना ये साल आपका 9 months का होगा ठीक है बेटे हाँ yes चलो फिर खर्चे भी 9 months का ही होना चाहिए then convert every fixed cost into semi variable cost I have students like Paul Joseph who have converted rent to variable cost which even I can't do Brand Vismay Cochin out of 50 shops that he had this young boy has negotiated with 30 shops and converted rent to a variable cost I can't do it, but these kids have done it because he knows negotiation power. So he went to the mall owner and said, boss, I will either vacate or you put it as a long-term contract. We will do variable cost. 30 places he could do it. The other 20, 10 he has done it as semi-variable. So one fixed, another he has put it as variable. Fixed, lowered down. The last 10 he says, I am continuing because, right, it's very simple. They are prime locations. There will be pent-up demand. How many of you have done it? Do you know your numbers? Revenue, profit, stocks, debtors, overdue. In India, when they say they will pay you after 60 days, it means you can ask for your money after 60 days. That's how we perform in India. Let's not blame our country. That's how we are trained. So what should you do? Remember that it's a crying baby which gets milk. That is a nature's law, right? So go ahead, cry, get your money. Creditors overdue. Many of you play tricks with your suppliers. You think the word will not spread around? 100% the word will spread around. Hey, bhai, Gaurav is not good. He delays my payments. So go back. See if that is a good strategy. If it is good, continue it. New orders received. Orders lost. I put that in red color. Examine. Talk to people. Why are you losing orders? Is it because of quality issues? Is it because of time management issues? Is it because you're not able to deliver on time? You're not able to match this. I think every time you need to remember two things, friends. Failure also teaches us something. Success also teaches us something. So why is this guy more successful than me? Examine. Why is it that I lost the order? Examine. Overdue orders. Simple format. There's no rocket science in any of these formats. What is this I'm trying to say? Overdue orders. First, you have committed to deliver in June. Now you can say COVID, July. अगस्त, बट अगस्त में तो डिलीवरी करना पड़ेगा ना. Bank balance. Half of you all don't know. Sorry, now this is not against you all. Half businessmen do not know the difference between cash and profit. But profit is not cash here. Even a profitable company can go bankrupt. Simple business logic. I'm writing my second book now. Profit is not equal to cash. Can you believe it? Because you know what people say? Profit and now succeed hoga. Wrong. I'm getting raw materials at 100. I'm processing in 10 rupees. So my total cost is 110. 10 rupees my processing cost. I sell it at 150 rupees. I'm making 40 rupees profit. Agreed. I sell it at 125. I'm making 15 rupees profit. I sell it at 120. Right? 10 rupees profit. I sell it at 115. 5 rupees profit. Agreed. Wait. 5 rupees profit. But now that guy whom I sold at 115, he's telling me that he'll pay after 60 days. Now, and now your supplier comes and sits on your head and say, pay 100 rupees now. Now what do? We borrow. Then is your profit 5 rupees or is it 5 minus interest? And if the interest exceeds 5, gone, you're finished. Profitable company has gone bankrupt. Second, if the guy who said I'll pay 115 does not pay, finished. Now there is a product known as factoring where somebody can take care of that risk. Have you approached the bank to take care of that risk? Then the bank will take care of credit risk, but you don't know that. There is something known as a credit insurance, which you can take. Please understand exports. Next week on Man and Mantras, I've tried to push exports. Exports is something which is known as forfeiting. So if you want to send goods and you are not sure about somebody's payment, there are agencies which guarantee payment. So what is preventing you from going for exports? I still don't know. Right? YTD stands for year to date, annual target. Very important. M+1, M+2, M+3. This is your forecast. This is your current month. Simple format, re baba. Kuch hai hi nahi hai. This is your current month. So this will be July, August, September. Forecast karo, डाल दो. Public को मालूम पड़ेगा, अरे सेठ देख रहा है. Next. Very, very important. Extremely critical. Debtors का तो अभी बना के रखो. If there is one thing I want to leave you with is this format. 3 सेशन किया ना आप लोग के लिए. Right, मैं आपको सबको प्यार से बताता हूँ. ये आप ले लीजिए मेरे से. ये follow up कर दीजिए आप. Extremely critical. Now, if there is some aging, what have you done about it? Reminder बोला है क्या? अरे किसी से पैसा लेने का है ना, 2 दिन पहले पूछने का इंडिया में. अरे गौरव, सैटरडे को तेरा पेमेंट ड्यू है. Then Saturday, I'll go and say, Gaurav, you're supposed to pay. Now what do? Saturday को पेमेंट करना है. Next Tuesday को फोन आएगा उसका. He also knows you're not serious about your payments. ये हमारा simple format है. Nothing great. I don't think anything that I do is great यार. Even valuation that I do is based on assumptions. Reminder sent, letter sent, supply stopped. Somewhere you'll have to say no to business. The guy who actually says no to business is good. अभी आजकल तो NCLT भी आप कर नहीं सकते हो. The government is acting smart. Government बोलते हैं 1 करोड़ का नीचे रहेगा तो NCLT में मत करो. And they have suspended NCLT. So you should be even more careful. अभी वो टेलीग्राम ग्रुप में मैंने बच्चे को डाल के CS महर्षि को बोल के इनवॉइस का फॉर्मेट डाला है. लास्ट टाइम मैं उस आपको लेके आया आपको बोलने के लिए कि भाई आप MSME रजिस्टर करो, इनवॉइस पे डालो MSME रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर. ताकत है क्या किसका 45 डेज के ऊपर आपका पेमेंट डिले करने का? champions.gov.in उन्होंने ही बताया था, मुझे मालूम ही नहीं था वो. एंड देन SME एक्सचेंज हो गया बात आपका. And most important, some of you are very, very big, sir. Please approach NCLT. NCLT is still active. They are saying less than 1 crore, we are not active. More than 1 crore, you can still file a suit under NCLT and get your money. This is the last thing here. ये बहुत critical. ये रहना चाहिए सबके पास. ये 2 चीज, ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ सर. 2 MIS आपको दिया है. Please follow it. एक है हमारा simple numbers और एक है debtor management. I can take it further if you want. MIS का एक क्लास ही कर सकता हूँ. Inventory, ABC, BED. I don't want to because I do it. You will say I'm a trader. I'm in service. तो मैं बोला 2 चीज तो सबको अप्लाई होता है. तो सब दे दिया मैंने. And finally, you divide your business into 3 zones. Anybody who pays full, boss, keep him as priority. Anybody who pays you slowly, don't keep him as priority. And anybody who does not pay you, put him in the red zone. लॉकडाउन का टाइम है ना, तो सबको ये अभी कलर से मालूम पड़ता है. तो मैंने अभय को बोला यार एक कलर डाल देना, सबको याद रहेगा. तो हमारा अभी इंडिया में सब ऐसी है. ये रेड जोन, मुंबई हॉटस्पॉट, रेड जोन. धारावी बहुत प्रॉब्लम. बस आई हार्डली 20 kilometers away from Dharavi, but I'm still doing my job. Okay, so please understand, green Orange at one very important lesson for all of you. Learn to say no. If you want to be successful in life and business, learn to say no. And take it from somebody who is now 50 plus. I have always used to hesitate to say no. आजकल मैं बोल देता हूँ नहीं होगा मेरे से, सॉरी बेटे तुम सब लोग पर्सनल व्हाट्सएप करते हो, टेलीग्राम ग्रुप बनाया ना, उधर आके आंसर कर, सिंपल। आई रियलाइज दैट समवेयर इफ आई डोंट से नो माय हेल्थ विल सफर। आज तक नहीं किया लेकिन मैं चालू किया 3 महीने से। Why? Because I think this is my health. For you, the business health is to say no to people who are not paying you, who are treating you as a bank, right? With 0% interest. I allow this guy because he has shown us something. You may not like it, sir. I gave you examples of Joseph, Paul, of Gaurav. I gave you examples of all my students. I have not met this gentleman. I have gone to his meetings. I love him. And one meeting where he became emotional when he talked about his father was the one I realized that the respect that these people have for Dhirubhai Ambani, right? Excuse me, took a big jump, took loans, deleveraged himself, got equity partners, and today that's a real. I want to end. I know you will say, "Arey sir ne Mukesh Ambani ka example kiya." I want to end on a positive note, not by telling you that 5 lakh cases have crossed in India. Oh, to sabere ka tha. I'm sure it must be 5 lakh 5,000 by now. How do I care? I have to take precautions. I've trained my family safe, and I'm fighting the game of business. Simple. He has done it even more better. Very, very important. Please take my final snapshot. This is what we have discussed today. Why are you in business? What are you going to do it? This can be a course by itself, and you are welcome, right? Thanks, Gaurav. Right, I have to learn it from each perspective, financial perspective. It's not only about ratios. I love the way Amit Saab spoke today. Beautiful. It's not only about ratio. It's about customer perspective. It's about understanding your internal business here. And finally, growth perspective. I like all organizations where there is a learning organization, where the owner himself says, I want to learn further. I want to grow. Such organizations grow. And it will not be a GE. It can be even a small family managed business. Thank you very much. This is my Telegram, right, where I think many of you are there. I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible. Yes, this is my contact details. Okay, it'll be a pleasure to be in touch. All my videos are there on YouTube. And of course, YouTube, you can watch me for free, but I don't answer questions. It's as simple as that. So you could send me an Insta. I respond. As much as possible, I respond. Because I believe it's only through business society can be supported. And I believe that India needs support from entrepreneurs. Thank you very much from my side. Gaurav, any further questions? I'll take it, Bache.
Gaurav, can I add a small this thing?
Yes, sir. Certainly, sir. Yes, sir.
Anil, sir, thank you very much for the wonderful session. Unfortunately, I missed the earlier 2 sessions. So this time I am really happy that I was part of this webinar.
Venkatesh Saab speaking. Sir, namaste. Please.
Sir, the biggest thing what I liked when in your last slide you said, learn to say no. I think that's very important in any this thing, Under obligation, a lot of times we give a lot of credits and, ultimately we end up not recovering and, our businesses suffer. This is one learning which I have practiced and I like the way you put it, and that is a great learning for everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sripad has just asked, what is mark to market?
Mark to market is finding out, first of all, thank you, Venkatesh, sir. Coming from you means a lot. Thank you, sir. And mark to market is finding out the current value of your assets, finding out the current value of your assets, right? So, right. So you may have a property which is worth 5 crores today, but in your books you have stated it at 2 crores because when you purchased it, it was worth 2 crores. It's always important to market, not because you want more loans. It's because you at least know your state of the business. You know your state of the business.
Normally, when in a startup world, it is said that you should be asset light and more for rental and other stuff. Whereas when you go to the traditional banking structure, it is always asset has got more value in order to secure a loan and this thing. According to you, what is
asset light?
more...
Asset light.
Yeah.
Asset light. I'm very
valuation which it is virtual valuation, but it is not the asset valuation.
Yeah, I'm very clear about asset light because asset light, Rohanji, is much more scalable than asset heavy. So my 5 investments, all the 5 I've done it in asset light because I see a scalable element there. So and I don't give loans. I invest in equity, maybe some convertible, right, to debt converted to equity. For all youngsters, I will say asset light. Once you are sure, then maybe in capital asset, but initially it should be asset light, because all of you guys, right, one is limited resources. Second, you should not put your family wealth in that. Third, scalability comes from being asset light, as simple as that.
And how do you see the differentiation between venture debt and traditional debt?
Venture debt will come at much lower cost, but you'll have to dilute at a faster pace. Traditional debt, they'll be happy with your 12%, 13%. They will not ask stake in your company.
I just want to add up, or I want you to add up on. You said we should know how to say no, and do you also say when you don't achieve that growth in the business? Growth in the business, then should we say no to business also?
So my personal,
or is it a time to diversify? Is it a time to revisit?
So Nagarajji, you have touched a very raw nerve, but I should say that many of us, and this is where I like American way of thinking. I'm responding to a question, colleagues. This is not what I'm saying. I don't like American culture, but I like one thing about Americans, they don't get attached to anything. Right? So an American may come and say, I'm ready to sell my business. And there are sites where you can buy and sell businesses. An Indian, which is a very good strength also, gets emotionally attached to business. Here I have a small issue, since you have raised it. Many business models have become outdated. So this guy was importing, and he was importing, selling in India, making 5% margins. With the Forex fluctuation itself, it's so very high, that business model is outdated. Some of them, and there's nothing wrong, some of them possibly I'll have to relook at their business models, or they'll have to say enough, right? It's time for me to exit. Here I want to talk about a student who I really liked, and sir, Venkatesh said, this kid I met, I remember distinctly, I met him in Chandigarh. So he said something, which is very important. He said that, I want to build a company and then sell it. And I said, boss, this is not something that Indians are used to. He said, yeah, no problem, sir. But that's the way to go. And then I realized this was done to me long back, when I just joined SPJ in 2000, where I was also shocked, how can some Indians speak like that? But today, look at around you all. Piramals have built and sold a company to Abbott Labs. Everybody has, Flipkart has been sold. And there was this very nice media interview of Piramal, which is a lesson for all of you, where they went to Ajay Piramal and asked him a question. You sold your family wealth to Abbott. What did you do? And Ajay Piramal said, yeah, it was common sense. I got 40 cash flows worth 40 years today. So what I would have earned in 40 years, I got it today. So I sold it. So what? And immediately the next question, media sometimes, they act, either they act funny or they are funny. And they asked, what about your kids? So what about my kids? I am not answerable to them. They can do whatever they want. I've got the cash. Not necessarily that they should continue pharmaceutical business. And then he gave a solid line for all of you. He said, ultimately what you should pass on to the next generation is values. And if the generation can take that values, they can go ahead. And today, according to me, anybody who can survive these challenging times, 20 years down the line, you can look back and say that period also we lasted. How many of us can do it? I'm taking up the challenge. I want to tell my grandchild that, I actually survived COVID. I grew during COVID. Great, yeah. Now, what does most entrepreneurs do? They are slightly scared. If you can survive this period, you have made it. As simple as that. And ultimately, as Dr. Srikanth says.
Sir, I just wanted to thank you. And first of all, I'd like to thank all the members who have attended and who've been with us on this wonderful journey. It is, your attendance that makes us want to organize many such events. So friends, I also request you all to kind of put on your feedback about this entire 3-part series on our WhatsApp group, and so that, more and more people can attend and take benefit, and our entire ecosystem in Hubli can benefit from this. Menon sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. We are going to miss these classes, but we are hoping to see you again soon at Hubli. And thank you so much for investing your time, heart, soul into organizing such wonderful classes, for getting guest speakers, for making PPT, especially for TiE Hubli. And I just cannot thank you enough. So thank you so much, Menon sir. And
there's one thing I want to tell all of you all, right? I will not be answering questions in that forum. I will send that link. It's a free seminar. I'm giving back to society, because as they say, I want to die empty. Die empty means giving back everything what I've learned. Of course, I will not be answering questions like this, right? It's a very strict module for 1 hour. It's Menon Mantras. I will close with an offer for you all, free offer. Indians love this word free. That's why China also gave you virus for free. Okay, so please understand Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, I conduct classes. Sunday is on personal finance, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday is on corporate finance. This Sunday, I'm going to talk about financial planning, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we are talking about boosting exports. I'll send it to dear Gaurav. All of you all are free to attend. Please learn about this. Again, no questions will be answered. 1 hour, we'll have a speaker. I'll speak, and then we'll end the session. Thanks, Gaurav. Thank you very, very much. I'm so happy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.